This is the Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. We're going to take a look here at natural gas and crude oil. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, it's only stock commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, before we get started, the EIA report was out today at 10:30. And we had a draw of 9 BCF, which is billion cubic feet. They were expecting a draw of 3 billion cubic feet, so it was a little bit bigger draw. Now, you can see today, though, we have a really nice green candle. Now, we have to always kind of watch because we put in a lower low, okay? So yesterday's low, we had 1.651. Today, we put in a low of 1.643. So we have a little bit lower low. Now, the top of this candle of yesterday's high was 1.717, and so far today we have 1.72. So we have a little bit lower low and a little bit higher high here, which is actually looking pretty good. Now, again, is this the reversal? Well, we don't know that. I mean, it could be like we had a candle here, and then we had a lower low, and look how nice that candle went right on up. Now, the question is going to be here, very, very key level, is this 21 SMA. Just like it was on the downside, that it didn't hold, now it's going to be resistance here on the upside. So realistically, right now, when you look at the daily chart, this is still a trade, okay? A scalp trade going into the 21 SMA here. And then right above it here, we have this key 8 SMA at 1.789, which is basically rolling over. So you don't want to go there and say, oh, I'm going to get balls out long here. Well, you don't know that, because if it could go into this 20-day one day and this could reverse, or it could go into that 8-day and reverse. So what you really need to do, it needs to close at least above the 21-day and the 8-day, okay? If it just does the 21-day, well, then it gives you a little bit of hope. So if you can close above that 8-day, then we can start rallying up here, okay? So then what we'll do is we'll look to the top of this candle. This is 1.823. And then we want to look to the top of there. You have 1.84, and then we can just start ratcheting right on up here. 1.88 here. We have, what do we got there? 1.95. You have 1.98, and then we have your nice 2-point level here. That's what we're going to be shooting for, okay? So we know that we're going to go to the 204, the 210, the 212, and then your big retest there at 216, 2.168. But we don't worry about that. The only thing we're worried about right now is a close above the 21 SMA here and this key 8 SMA. If you can, you have 2.0 as a target. Now, this weekly, this is going to be key right here too. This is 1.90. So this is one that you have to watch. But again, if you can get above, then you have that nice target. But look what happened last week, where you went right into it and then it came right on down. This 8-day is very, very strong resistance. Now, it's still curling down. Your 21 days curling down here. It looks like your 50-day here is kind of leveling off, which is good. Your 200-day is leveled off. Your 100-day is still coming on the way down. But that 8-day here on your weekly is going to be very, very crucial. However, you really need to close above that 1.75 and then your key level of 1.789 to get this going. So is this a reversal candle? We don't know that yet. So right now, you just trade this market, okay? Like UNG, I'm on my second scalp. I got 30 cents already. I'm on my second scalp of UNG. I'm going to see what's going to happen if the price gets into the 21-day, or can it get all the way up to the 8-day, and then we'll see what happens if it has the juice to go all the way through, or does that where it stops. Now, on the downside, you want to obviously watch today's low. That's 1.643, okay? Very, very crucial. If not, we look to the top of this candle, 1.637, okay? See, so that's basically your support. And then you can follow the candles down, 1.59, 1.58, and then look to the bottom of that candle, 1.57, and then you have your big retest here. The whole question is going to be is, to me, just trade this into the 21-day, see what happens, or into the 8-day. If it goes above, then we know we have a reversal, and then we can follow the candles up, and there's going to be your target, 2 targets right here, 1.90 and then 2.00. Your RSI looking good. Your MACD is still green above your red. That's very, very good. This isn't showing much here. Green below the red here. So again, just be patient with it. That's the key. Just like on crude oil, patience is the key. And look how she exploded there today so far. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and a 4-hour chart. Okay, we look at the 4-hour chart here. What we do is we want to look at the bottom of that price channel. Okay, that's 1.643. That was today's low. Okay, so Again, what we do is we just always look to the left. So when we look at this support level that was going right on here, okay, so what do you have? You had 1.649. Okay, so that was basically your support levels. Now, again, if that is lost, then you have the 1.63, then you can follow it all the way and down. But obviously, this level here held it. Okay, so now you're above this 8 SMA, very, very nice. But look where your price went, right into that 21 day. See, so don't get excited because look what happened here when it went to 21 day. Okay, what happened? Boom, she pulled right back. So you're above the 8, that's positive, but you got to get above that 21 day. Very, very key. Then we could have maybe a shot here to this 1.79, your 100 day, and then you have your 50 day at 1.81 above. Okay, so just be careful on this that it doesn't reverse like we had here and then go all the way on down. Okay, so that's what you want to watch. Now, here on your hourly chart, well, you can see where we put in a low, and then we just kept on putting lows and all the way down. Now, this 1.64 here, it came down, and then your next candle, you had a low of 1.645. So you had a higher low, okay, which is very, very good. So when you see that higher low situation and then it starts going green, that's your key to go long. All right, so now your next target here on your hourly is going to be that 1.739. Very, very key. Now, again, you got to see what's going to happen when it gets there. Is it going to be like this 21 day and then reverse back down? So, again, natural gas is just a trade right now until you can get over those key resistant levels. All right, let's take a look here on multiple charts. Okay, here we have a tick chart. You have a 1, a 5, and a 15 here chart. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to look here, see this 1.643. It ran up. You never want to buy it the first time. Always wait till it comes down. Okay, so it came down. This was a nice buying opportunity because it put in a higher low. That told me I had to get long. Okay, and now I'm still long here on my second scalp. I'm going to see where it's going to go. You got as high as 1.72 here, but we have to see it can it get above that and go higher. But really watch that 21 day on that daily chart and that 8 estimate. That's going to be very, very crucial. Now, when you spread it out a little bit, you come here at the 5 minute, see how fast this is, where you come down here 1.64. So it ran up here, and then you put in a lower high. Well, it came back down, and then you put in a higher low. That is the area there. Once you retest that, especially when you put in higher low, that's what tells you that you get long, okay? Never buy it here because you don't know that 1.64 could turn into 1.60. You don't know. Let it run up. You say, don't worry about the FOMO. You didn't miss out on nothing. Okay. See that just like this area here. This is a perfect example. Okay. Where it came all the way down. Now, if you'd have bought it here, maybe a little scalp, but nothing. But look at this, how it fell right back down again. Always wait for the retest, but the retest, what you want is you want it to be a higher low than the previous. That's where you know you can go long, and 95% of the time you're going to make money going on up. But if you take this trade here, you don't know where this is going to go. You're not missing anything. Because if you had taken this trade and then you would have held this came there and put in another lower low, which you don't want. Always wait for the low, wait for it to come up, and then wait for the retest. Once you make a higher low, bam, that's where you go and you take her all the way long. That's where you make the money in your pocket. Now, we take down the 15-minute chart here. You spread it out a little bit here so you can see, okay, right there, where you have the low, okay, and then we put in a higher low, okay, so this was 1.646. See, it's a higher low than that 1.64. That's your long period. So if you feel comfortable here trading real fast, you can use a 1 to tick, a 5 minute here, or if you want to stretch it out, you can use the old 15-minute. All right, let's take a look here on crude. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, I've been pointing out here low, higher low, rounded bottom. Everything was based on that where that price channel is, 180.85. Well, what do we have? Okay, we had a red candle, and then we put in another candle. But basically, when you look at the bottom of that candle, 76.79. You just look right to the left. What do you have? 76.80. Always look to the left. There's going to be your support levels. If that's lost, we can follow it all the way down. But right there was your double bottom. Okay, the next day, this was an indecision, but look what you made. Higher low, higher high. Very, very nice. Yesterday, what'd you do? Higher low, okay, and then she zoomed right on through there. So that tells you that you got to be long, okay? So I am long, okay, right now, 10,000 shares, UCO, okay, from the 29 area. So we're doing pretty good. It's 31.66. Okay, so this is what you want to do. Now, what you have to watch on this is this key level right here. Okay, this 80.85 on the closing basis today. That's what you want to make sure it is on the closing basis. If you can maintain that, then we can take off and go higher. This is the candle that I was talking about, just like we have here. We have that breakdown candle where it just boom all the way down. This is your key breakout candle. A candle like we have here, that's a topping tail, and it came right back into the neckline. So just always watch. If we can close above this key level, 80.85, then we can have a nice run right on up here. So then what you do is you just look right to the left of your chart. Okay, so what do you have? 81.05 is going to be your next level. Okay, then we have so far your high today is let me see, 81.54. That's where you're going to go, and then we just follow the candles up here. Okay, so you have 82.24. Okay, you have 83.42, and then this candle is going to be 83.60. So this is the one that you want to bring right across, and then the following one, you just bring that right across all the way on up. Okay, but the key is it has to close above that 80.85, that price channel. That is very, very critical here on a closing basis. Now your RSI, plenty of room to run. Your MACD, your green went back above your red, very, very bullish here on your weekly. Green above your red, showing good momentum, very, very nice. And we look at here how we held holding this nice 50 SMA here. We have your 8 SMA here, rolling right back up. So now look at your 50. Okay, you're sitting basically at 77.87. Now look at your 8-day, 77.65. So a matter of time before that 8-day crosses up and pushes that price right up, and you have a really nice target up there at 83.53. Okay, let's take a look here on another set of charts. Okay, here we have the UCO right next to crude oil. Okay, so here's that crude oil chart. There's that 80.85. Okay, so this is what you always want to watch. Here is what you have is this nice UCO here, what you popped above here, this key 30.92 on this level. So now we can just follow these levels here going all the way on up, okay, and that's what our target is. But never just chart the UCO, always chart the actual commodity, okay, and then the UCO, you can put it side by side, you can see, but it's the same pattern. See a low, higher low, all the way on up. What do you have here? It's the same thing. It's just that these are leveraged funds and they rebalance here, so you always want to just track the actual commodity. That is going to be key. But then there's a lot of nice targets going all the way through here until you can get maybe even retest all the way up to that 37 level here, okay? So we're looking very, very good here on the long side. The whole key is when the market closes at 4 o'clock, is it going to hold that 80.85? Now, another thing what you want to look at, say it does hold that 85 and you zip right on up here. Tomorrow could be a very, say, okay, it could come down. Now that 80.85 would become very, very good support. So if the candle came down, say tomorrow, just for example, say it closed up here real high and then it came down. Then you can use that 80.85 for a support level. If it holds that, that'd be a good another buying opportunity. You could either buy it or you could add to your position for it to level right on up to go on higher. Okay, I'll have more for you on crude and natural gas here after the pick close at 2:30. We'll go a little bit more in depth, but that's where I stand right now here on the old crude ski and natty gas. All right, thanks for watching.